Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living morning meditation. My name's Barbara Kane, and I'm a licensed practitioner with Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm so delighted that you could join us this morning, and I'm going to read a blessing, and then we'll have about a 15-minute silent meditation, and then I'll read a prayer to bless us out. So my reading today is from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, and this one is called Today I Meet My Good. Good is forever expressing itself to me and all whom I love, which is everyone. I realize that this good recognizes me and that I cannot depart from it. It presses against me and fills me with a great surge of life. I sense in the peaceful silence of the dawn a divine authority at the center of my being that announces itself in every moment and event of my day. I have implicit confidence in the invisible part of me that is my share in the God nature. My partnership with the infinite, my oneness with all there is, from the blade of grass to the glorious mountaintop. Today I accept my good. Today I bless that good and cause it to multiply in my experience. And I invite you to reflect on this good as we take a deep breath, close our outer eyes, relax into the chair or the bed or the floor or wherever you find yourself, and just know that you are in the arms of the divine in this moment and in every moment. Back into your bodies and back into the room, and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, feel the chair beneath you, and when you're ready, open your eyes, and I will read this blessing. I consciously receive this good and loose it again into action, into everything I do. I know that my presence upholds and blesses everyone whom I contact, and that healing power goes from me. I know that today I shall be able to help everyone whom I meet. There is a song at the center of my being that everyone hears, a joy that everyone feels, a strength that is imparted to all. I place upon everyone I meet the seamless robe of Christ, the garment of truth, which is the unity of God and humankind. And so it is. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and please join us for our regular service beginning at 10:15. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. So very grateful that you have chosen to invite us into your homes this morning, whether you're doing that in live time or whether you are watching this recording at some other point in time. Currently, I am not really here. I am at the meditation retreat, but I'm very glad that you are watching this video. And I hope that next year you'll be with us at the meditation retreat. So for those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Rippelmeyer, and I have the honor and privilege of being this community's spiritual director. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through personal transformation. We are a spiritual community that can support you as you strive to deepen your personal relationship with God, a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted just for who you are, a space and place for inspiration, insight, and revelation, as well as loving support to grow into your highest and best self. You are welcome here no matter where you are on your spiritual path. So thank you very much for being with us. I love knowing that you're there watching. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, and Centers for Spiritual Living is a global community of over 450 centers, teaching chapters, and focus ministries in 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive faith, philosophy, and way of life that is dedicated to transforming lives by providing powerful spiritual practices and principles for our everyday individual lives and in exploring new possibilities in order to co-create a world that works for everyone. So again, thank you very much for inviting us into your homes. We are now beginning to announce, actually, I guess we have announced over the last couple of weeks about our annual friend and fundraiser, which we call Gourmets for God. Now, Gourmets for God is a unique community builder and fundraiser for our center. Throughout the month of June, we will be really recruiting hosts. Now, what that means is that a host is someone who signs up to host an event. Now, that event can really be anything. It could be a 5-course sit-down meal or a hike through a park and then a picnic afterwards. It could be a game night with all kinds of bar snacks. It could be that you're having something where you're creating a craft or something, making jewelry, and then you break bread together after that. It could be an opportunity to really celebrate your garden and to have kind of a garden party. There are, you're only limited by your imagination in what kind of an event that you create. So you create the event, you sign up for a date, and then you decide the food that you're going to serve so that we can all put this out on a document so that people can see all of the different events. So what kind of food are you going to have? What kind of drinks are you going to have? How many people, how many seats will you have available? And then in July, so after we have that whole little booklet or a document created about all of the events that are being hosted, then we will have a silent auction. So say, for example, you're having that 5-course gourmet meal and you have 8 seats available. Now, throughout the month of July, we do this silent auction, and people will bid on being able to get those seats. So there might be an opening bid of $30. And then if you really want to go to the event, we always suggest that you bid high, because those 8 seats are going to go pretty quickly. This is a very exciting event for everyone. Everybody loves to go to everybody else's house and break bread with them and find out who they are a little bit better. It's an opportunity for us to fall more in love with each other than we already are. So then the silent auction goes on throughout July, and then the events begin mid-August, and the events run through mid-November. So there's there could be 11, 12, 15 events, who knows. but all those events then happen over the next few months. And when you agree to host, then you assume the responsibility financially for all of the things that you're doing. That is your tithe, that is your gift to the community. And then, so then all of the money that is raised comes back to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And we're very grateful for this event, very grateful for all of the hosts, and just love participating in myself. I end up, like if I had a house, I'd have to mortgage it, because I go to every single event. As if I'm in town, I go to the events. So it ends up costing a little bit of money, but it's so well worth it to be able to spend time with the community. So Gourmets for God, think about it and be prepared to decide and be creative. Use your imagination and create something really fun and amazing for the community. And I just thank you all ahead of time for really participating in this fundraiser for us. Speaking of thank you, I'd like to thank the lovely Barbara Kane for her beautiful meditation that enlarged the container, right? That enlarged the container that our service will unfold within. So thank you very much, Babs. And now I would like for us to please stand, and we'll sing our opening congregational song, You and Me, by Eddie Watkins Jr. Sing loud.
Oh, yeah. Come on. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just wanna shout. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living is you and me. One light shining is you and me. One love loving is you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Woo! Hi. So glad to be here today. My name's Amy Ludwell, and I am a member of the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. So today I have the privilege of sharing the announcements with you. So bear with me because sometimes I do like to talk a lot. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can, maybe. Okay. Okay, so our Wednesday evening services throughout 2024 are called Beyond Sunday. So please join us at 7 p.m. on Zoom. The link is available on our Wednesday newsletter or on our website. During the month of June, you are invited to join us as we dive deep into the inspiration of Tricia Hersey's book called Rest is Resistance, a Manifesto. This is such a special time. Okay, you'll understand why in a minute. I'm really excited about this book. So from the founder and creator of the NAP ministry, Rest is Resistance is a battle cry. okay? It's a guide, it's a map for a movement, and a field guide for the weary and hopeful. It is rooted in spiritual energy and centered in Black liberation, okay? Womanism, somatics, and Afrofuturism. So, with captivating storytelling and practical advice, all delivered in Hershey's lyrical voice and informed by her deep experience in theology, activism, and performance art. Rest is resistance is a call to action, a manifesto for those who are sleep deprived, searching for justice, and longing to be liberated from the oppressive grip of the grind culture. I don't know about you, but that definitely used to be me. I'm not in the grind culture anymore, but this is a good book. This is a really good book. So Reverend Betty Harris, myself, Amy Ledwell, and Jamila Kelly will facilitate the conversations on Wednesdays. So please, please join, okay? I would love to see you there. Okay, our second announcement today is Spirit Speak Boutique, okay? Owned and operated by our beloved member, Miss Eileen Proctor, okay? She is partnering with TCSL to make available a line of short sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies, okay? And they come in a variety of different colors. So you can probably see them up on the board or on screen, depending upon when you're looking at this or watching this. The garments have our logo on them on the front, and a powerful affirmation statement on your bag. Isn't that awesome? I love it. So no matter where you're at, you're able to be a blessing for someone else. So this is beautiful. You're giving to yourself, but you're also giving to others. Isn't that what we're here for? To give to each other, to really be a blessing. So a portion of all the sales is being donated back to TCSL, which is wonderful because we get to help the center while we're also helping ourselves. I just love this. I love all the giving and receiving, giving and receiving. If you have any questions or feel free to reach out to Eileen. She's very responsive. You can reach out to her at spiritspeakboutique@gmail.com, which you should be able to see the email on your screen, or you can text or call her at 919-526-0206, okay? 919-526-0206. All right. My next announcement is wonderful, okay? It's about our Sundays on June 9th, and it's with Carol Cross, who is one of our practitioners. She will facilitate the second workshop of her new workshop series called Spiritual Journeying Through the Seasons. So this is an opportunity for you to embark on a transformation, a transformative exploration of the seasons in her series. And in this series of 4 workshops, one inspired by each season, you will learn why spiritual journaling is such a powerful tool for helping you to connect to your daily human experience with the higher knowledge of your inner divinity while designing a journaling practice that fits you and your lifestyle. So that's beautiful to be able to do all of that. And journaling is so therapeutic, right? It's so cathartic, such a good practice. So each one of these journaling workshop experiences are actually able to stand alone. So they are standalone lessons. So you don't have to have come to the previous one in order to be able to sign up for this one. So remember that. So please come June 9th. In this series of 4 workshops, one inspired by each season, again, you will learn why spiritual journaling is such a powerful tool for connecting our daily human experience with a higher knowledge of our inner divinity. It really is powerful. So this second workshop will be held on June 9th, okay? It's called Radiant Reflections, a summer spiritual journaling workshop, okay? The workshop will be held right here at 4 Points by Sheraton following service from 12 until 3 p.m., okay? Each individual workshop costs $30. The future workshop dates are going to be September 8th and December 8th. And the workshop will be facilitated, of course, by our licensed practitioner, Miss Carol Cross. Okay, so reserve your spot today. You can do that by emailing info@trianglecsl.org. And my final announcement today is about the upcoming invitation opportunity that you have to explore the psychic within, right? An expanded state of consciousness through neurodynamic breath work. All right. On Sunday, June 23rd, our very own Brianne Staggs will once again facilitate a group session of conscious breathing, as it is also called. So conscious breathing has been recognized as a very powerful tool for personal growth for thousands of years. So having someone like Brianne, take us through this is really just so powerful. So you have to come out and experience it. It's okay if you watch online and then you have time to get over here to the center so that you can just be a part of this. You will not leave the same way you came in. So please join us for this session and discover the benefits of breath work within a safe and sacred group container. The event will be held again on June 23rd, okay, following service from 12:15 until 4 p.m. And the suggested fee is $45 with a sliding scale, also available if it is needed. And let me tell you, it is absolutely worth it, okay, to be here. So registration is required before the workshop because you have a form that you have to fill out. Brianne is very professional and she really takes care of each of us who participate in this program. So it's truly a joy. Okay, so register, go to info@trianglecsl.org, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me to be me. And have a joyful, joyful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. That was lovely and wonderful. The theme for 2024 is a grand rising. Our theme for the month of June is holy boldness. Don't you just love that? Ooh. Wow. Reverend Dusty's message is sacred audacity, which is also pretty cool, I think. So we're about to find out what that's like. I'm going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives and to being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, We are here for God. And now I invite you to turn within and close your outer eyes and open your heart and mind and allow the sounds of the crystal bowls to wash over you. And now please bring your attention back into your bodies and into the room. And please welcome Letha Costin and Amy Ludwell, who will be assisting me this morning with the blessing of all faiths. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living honors the diversity and threads of truth that run through all spiritual paths as represented by this ceremony. Christianity is the path of Christ consciousness, love, and forgiveness. Buddhism is the path of compassion and understanding. Judaism is the ethical path of living by sacred law. Baha'i is the path of unity and peace. Islam is the path of submission to the will of God, the highest calling. Confucianism is the path of deliberate tradition. Taoism is the natural way, the path of ultimate reality. Native American practice and shamanic traditions are the paths of primal spirituality. Shintoism is the path of tribal ancestry. Hinduism is the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. Science of mind and spirit is the path of the divine principle of love and law. And the heart represents the one heart, the one love that resides at the center of all people and all beings everywhere, with no exceptions. May peace prevail on earth through the followers of all paths. And so it is. Thank you so much, Letha and Amy. And now I invite you to close your outer eyes as I speak a blessing on our service. I recognize the infinite love that is within us, surrounding us, living through us, loving us. And I know that that love, that expression of joy and intelligence is who and what the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is. And as such, I speak a blessing on all the volunteers that helped create the space this morning, including Martin and Ava doing IV, Amy Ludwell, who helped set the room up, Miles and Latha Costum for their beautiful gift of song that inspires us all. And I speak a blessing on Reverend Dusty, as I know that she brings her beautiful love of life, her beautiful love of this congregation, and the beauty of who and what she is in her talk today that blesses us all. And so I speak a blessing on everyone within earshot, within our congregation, knowing that our work today is to bring a greater experience of the love of God into everyone's life. And so it is. And now, our reading today is from A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. She says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so it is." Woo. Now, our wonderful musicians, Miles and Letha Costin, gift us with their song.
Great to see you all.
Nothing in nature is pure black and white. Shadows and shades take shape in the light. No matter how real this real world seems, it's just illusion in this river of dreams. River of dreams calling me, carrying me back along in the sleep. You're wondering waters and mysteries deep. Oh, river of dreams. Oh, river of dreams. We reach for the truth and strive to be right. Try to stay clean on the land and the sky. As it unfolds in life's grand schemes, it all seems to fit in this river of dreams. River of dreams calling me, carry me back luminous sleep. You're wandering waters and mysteries deep. Oh, river of dreams. Oh, river of dreams. Well, the ride could be smooth through peaceful pools, or over the rocks on a ship of fools. I I wanna know just what it all means before I wake up in this river of dreams. River of dreams calling me, carry me back and lull me to sleep. You're wandering waters, mysteries deep. Oh, river of dreams. River of dreams calling me, carry me back and lull me to sleep. You're wandering waters, mysteries deep. Whoa, river of dreams. Whoa, river of dreams. Whoa, river of dreams. Whoa, river of dreams.
Thank you so very much, Miles and Aletha. Awesome song. Welcome to June. When did this happen? June already. Oh my gosh. As Babs mentioned earlier, the theme for the month of June is holy boldness. Holy, as in exalted or worthy of complete devotion, devoted entirely to the divine or to the work of the divine, having a divine quality or venerated as sacred. Boldness. Boldness means a lack of hesitation or fear in the face of danger. The refusal to be held back by the opinion or the judgment of others, or the quality of going beyond the usual limits of conventional thought or action. Boldness, holy boldness. I love this. Now, practically, people who live boldly choose to make the tough decisions when they have to be made. And they choose to never give fear any unnecessary time or attention or energy. They speak up, they take risks, and they take action, no matter the circumstances that they find themselves in. Practically, people who live boldly stand strongly in the face of adversity. They live without regret, they learn from failure, and they never dwell on scarcity. They believe in their ability to make things happen, to plan to be great, to expect the best, and to prepare for success. Practically, people who live boldly make their dominant thoughts positive. They conquer their doubts, they exude confidence and courage, and they live in harmony with the natural order of things. Practically, people who live boldly let the love that they are at their very core shine out from within them. They love even when it's hard, because they understand and embody the underlying truth that everyone, I mean everyone with no exception, is the face of God. Yeah. And that they have value and worth and purpose. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. Practically, people who live boldly powerfully step into the life that they want to live. They do what they most want to be doing. They consistently walk their talk, and they use their gifts and talents and with joy and with passion and with abandon. They refuse to not merely survive, but to actually thrive. Living from a place of holy boldness requires us to get clear on our old story. It requires us to become committed to our new story and to find a way to make our fears and our doubts and our worries work for us rather than against us. It requires that we are willing to leave behind that which no longer serves us. Now, whether we're talking about an old belief or an old thought or an old pattern or an old way of living our lives or a toxic relationship or a job that we're not inspired by. And to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are, by doing that, by leaving those things behind, that we are actually opening ourselves up to a new possibility by doing so. Living from a space of holy boldness really requires us to go from imagining the worst to expecting the best. To step out beyond our imagined limitations, to align ourselves with the truth of who we really are, and to experience our best selves. It asks us to be confident, to live without apology from our core values, to overcome the obstacles that we can, and to learn to accept those that we cannot. Living from a space of holy boldness requires us to reverently listen to each other's stories for the threads of truth that run through them, to recognize and honor the divinity within everything and everyone, and to know that we are more alike than we are different, and to be willing to come together to heal old wounds and move forward in new ways. To move forward in new ways, new bold ways. Anais Nin said, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." So the invitation over the month of June is to be willing both individually and collectively to commit to living from a space of holy boldness. Now, I could probably quit right now. However, I do want to talk a little bit about sacred audacity. As Babs did, I love this title. Sacred audacity. Sacred, dedicated or set apart for the service or the worship of the divine. Worthy of religious veneration. Entitled to reverence and respect or related to religion, not secular or profane, not that either. Audacity is boldness. Audacity is daring. Audacity is that same boldness or that same daringness with confidence. And with confidence, especially in the face of personal safety or conventional thought or other restrictions that might otherwise hold us back. So someone who shows sacred audacity makes bold moves and isn't afraid of the consequences. In her book, Divine Audacity, Linda Martella Whitsett says, "Divine, fearless overcoming of only human tendencies in order to do or to say the right thing. That which unifies, harmonizes, strengthens, or uplifts. With divine audacity, you dare to be the light of the world." Now it says in the Bible that we are the light of the world. And if you think about it, as it also says in the Bible, no one, after lighting a lamp, puts a bushel basket over top of it. No one does that. Instead, they put it on a lampstand. And by putting it on that lampstand, then it gives light to everything and everyone in the house. In that same way, the invitation is for us to let our light shine before others so that we may share our gifts, our talents, and our unique selves with every single person that we meet. to bring that presence of God that we are at our very core out, and to serve others, as Amy talked about, to be able to do that with everyone we meet, to shine our light. Don't put a bushel basket over top of yourself. Shine that light. We have permission from Spirit to live creatively through our unique nature, that unique nature that we were assigned to us when we arrived on the planet. It is why we're here.
That's right.
And it is why we have come here to be. We got work to do indeed, Amy. We got some work to do. So the bottom line is that we have choice and volition as to how we are going to engage in our lives. We have choice and volition. We can choose to live large or we can choose to live small. We can either subdue our light or we can live boldly in a really vibrant manner. We can choose to live from our highest and best selves, or we can choose to stay stuck in old patterns and old ways of being that do not reflect the light that we are at our very core. Our experience of life is a reflection of that choice. And we get to choose each and every moment of each and every day. Life really invites us to live with gusto and verve. The only thing holding us back is ourselves. The only thing holding us back is the stories that we've told ourselves or about others or about our lives. The only thing holding us back are the perceptions of the possible obstacles that might be in our way. Now, this month is really an opportunity to make any necessary adjustments to achieve a different outcome in our lives. Today, I am sharing 3 ideas to really assist us to be able to boldly step into that new outcome, to be able to boldly step into a new life, into a new way of being in our lives. The 3 main ideas are inner courage, tapping into our spiritual connection, and start now with your imagination.
All right.
So we begin with inner courage. Now, courage is something that everyone really wants in their lives. And Dr. Melanie Greenberg says, from the Bible to fairy tales, ancient myths to Hollywood movies, our culture is rich with exemplary tales of bravery and self-sacrifice for the greater good. From the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz, who finds the courage to face the witch, to David battling Goliath in the Bible, to Star Wars and Harry Potter, children are raised on a diet of heroic and inspirational tales. The bottom line, however, is that courage is not just about physical bravery. There are many different types of courage, including feeling fear, yet choosing to act, following your heart, persevering in the face of adversity, standing up for what is right, expanding your horizons, letting go of the familiar, or suffering, or facing suffering with dignity and with faith. Courage can show up in so many wonderful ways in our lives, and according to Marianne Rodmacher, courage doesn't always roar. It doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. It takes courage to even think about acting boldly, let alone doing it. The invitation is to do whatever we need to do to really be able to overcome our fears or inhibitions that would prevent us from acting boldly. We even need to perhaps examine our own judgment about what makes something bold or not. Inner courage is resistance to being subdued by fear. And that is the mastery of fear and not the absence of fear. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It is our ability to really be able to master it, to really be able to go beyond it, to not allow it to stop us from doing what we know we need and want to do. It's a quality of mind or spirit that has within it a willingness to be able to confront challenges, to really be able to confront difficulty or pain or danger or uncertainty or intimidation, to really be able to confront it. Now, the second idea is really tapping into our spiritual connection. Now, a basic tenet of the science of mind, philosophy, faith, and way of life is that there is a powerful good in the universe and we can use it. This is a sacred principle and it's also a universal law. When we learn, know, and understand this principle, then we can act with holy boldness and sacred audacity to really be able to name and claim and declare our good. To declare it, to just declare it. When we know who and whose we are, we can live from a deep place of knowing, like absolutely knowing, not like, well, maybe today if I do this, or maybe tomorrow if I do that, but knowing that this all-pervasive power for good is within us, and it surrounds us, and it is always, I mean always, ready, willing, and able to give us the kingdom of heaven on earth.
Amen.
Yes. Sacred audacity really allows us to do things that we don't necessarily think we can. When we allow ourselves to tap into that inner spiritual connection that actually knows what and how to do everything and anything, then nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. When we surrender and allow this spiritual connection to lead us and guide us, then we can and will do amazing things. This spiritual connection requires trust, and it requires faith, which needs to be developed and cultivated. Now, it can be a challenge to let go. I hear people say this all the time. It can be a challenge to let go of control and to surrender to anything or anyone, let alone some invisible energy within us, right? The more we trust, however, the more we are able to trust. The bigger our faith, the more faith we have. All we need to do is to take small steps, because those small steps are small demonstrations that can be testimonies of the power of this spiritual connection that we have. The more we turn to it, the more it grows. We can listen for its guidance and choose to follow it again and again and again. Those small steps add up. They deepen our faith, they deepen our trust. And as our faith grows and we overcome our own doubts, then we walk with greater confidence and certainty and faith that our good is imminent. Our good is imminent. It is on its way, right here and right now. No matter where we are on our spiritual path, this is how we develop spiritual audacity. One step at a time. One step at a time. Lastly, we are encouraged to start now with our imagination. Imagination is the ability to form new ideas, new images, and new concepts in our minds that have not been previously experienced. Perhaps maybe experienced in some kind of a way that's kind of like what we're thinking up now, but it's a new experience to us. Now, it's the ability of the mind to be more creative or resourceful. Imagination is truly the actual creative power of God within us. That's what our imagination is. The actual creative power of God within us. And it is the power to shift out of whatever circumstances we now find ourselves within. We can experience our heart's desires through the use of our imagination. Nothing is impossible to our imagination, for the allness of possibility lives within it. Our imagination is unlimited in what it can accomplish. If we can imagine something, we can achieve it. To do this takes practice. It takes determination. And it takes a singular focus on that idea, on that whatever it is that we've imagined, to be singularly focused on that idea. And it's not always so easy to do when our world so often presents minute-by-minute contraindications to that thing that we think. And so the minute-by-minute contradictions tells us otherwise, and then we become not quite so singularly focused. We're a little bit more wishy-washy about it, right? So what we know is that God is everywhere at all times, or it's nowhere at all. It can't be both. It can only be one or the other. And I believe that God is everywhere at all times, in its wholeness and in its fullness. So even in those situations when it doesn't feel as though God is present, I consciously look for the presence of God. This is how to stay singularly focused, to keep returning again and again and again to that mental equivalent that we have in our imagination of who we want to be and where we want to be. Now, the invitation today is to see beyond what our human perceptions seem to be showing us, to really raise our sights above the dirt and the grime of the world and to see it through spiritual eyes. The invitation today is to make use of our imagination in order to see beyond our current circumstances, to begin where we are individually and collectively, and then to ask ourselves, what do I want instead? What do I want instead? And then simply imagine ourselves there. And that means, like to put on the coat of the person that already has that thing. Mary Mann and Morrissey would say, put on the coat of the person that already has that thing, or that's already doing the thing that you want to be doing. And feel yourself there. You know, our minds, our imaginations can create the mental equivalent, but the fuel that we need is to feel it. To reach a higher level of being, we must assume a higher concept of ourselves. If we cannot imagine ourselves as anything other than what we currently are, guess what? That's where we're going to remain. That's where we're going to remain. The bottom line is that the world is a canvas upon which we create our lives with our creative use of imagination and the use and in co-creation with the creative power of God. There really are no limits to what we can create through our imagination. We're only limited by our inability to imagine something beyond what we have already experienced and beyond our belief in the creative process. If we're not sure that we believe in it, or we're not sure that it actually works, then it's not going to work. By engaging our imagination in this way, by really engaging it, by believing in it, by trusting it, by putting on the coat of the person who already has that, then we are starting to live with sacred audacity. We are starting to live with holy boldness. Now, the underlying truth is that for us as spiritual beings having a human incarnation is that by birthright, we get to step out. By birthright, we get to draw outside of the lines. By birthright, we get to think beyond our fears. When we act intentionally, humbly, and from our divine core, then we can enjoy a brand new, bold, grand rising into every moment of transformation, in each and every moment of each and every day. Through courage, imagination, and our deep and abiding connection to Spirit, sacred audacity really fuels us to reach, fuels us to really stretch, fuels us to grow, fuels us to evolve, and to become all that we were created to be. Now, in the inspirational reading, Marianne Williams had said, we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Do you get that? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make glory, to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Sacred audacity is bold spiritual living. Living underneath the radical premise that our nature is one with God. The radical premise that my nature is one with God. With sacred audacity, we can boldly say, I am the light of the world. With sacred audacity, we can shine brightly. When we live our lives from that context, then others remember their divine identity and claim their spiritual capacities. When we live from that context, others join us to heal the illusion of separation. We all stand tall, and we all behave humanely. When we live our lives from that context, we all come home. We all come home to ourselves, to the self that is our divine self. That's a self with a capital S. Now, we do not have to be a superhero to express sacred audacity. We do not have to be a superstar or a super anything. We only have to attend to our essential nature. We only have to be who we came here to be. We only have to tap into that spiritual connection and to let that lead. Let the love that we are lead in all arenas of our lives. We are truly born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Sacred audacity and holy boldness are who we are at our very core. They are our divine nature and our divine birthright. So my final invitation for today is for everyone to please join me as we powerfully liberate ourselves and each other by living in holy boldness and sacred audacity. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you all. I just invite us to turn within for a moment of prayer. Take a nice deep breath in. To follow that in-breath to the center of our being and to recognize that core as God. To recognize that core as the divinity within us, our Christ consciousness, our light. That light that we came here to shine. And to know that as we are collectively taking that deep breath, that each and every single one of us is connected to that light, to that spirit, to that core, to that love in ways that can never, ever be broken. And it's from that place of deep connection that I speak these words about and for each and every single one of us today. That we are spiritual beings having a human incarnation. That we arrived on the planet with that spark within us, with that light within us, with that love within us. And that there is that within us that knows that. And that as we take the time to really boldly, audaciously live from that place, it becomes more and more evident to us that that truly is who we are. It becomes more and more the idea that we are responsible for bringing that forward, because we each came with a unique way of doing that. And if I don't bring that forward in my unique way, then it doesn't get done. So I claim ease and grace around each of us, really powerfully stepping into who we are and who we have come here to be, and who we have come here to be with each other, in relationship with each other. Because our relationship with each other should mirror our relationship with God. And so I know that as we take those little steps towards being that and doing that, that it becomes our way of living. That we show up for each other in really loving and powerful and accepting and respecting ways. That we show up humanely. That we treat each other as we would want to be treated, as God treats us, as God would want us to treat each other. And sometimes that takes holy boldness. Sometimes that takes audacity. In the face of others doing it a different way, we need to stand and hold our ground. Be who we came here to be. Having the inner courage to do that. Tapping into our imagination to think of new ways of doing things, not only in our own lives, but in our collective lives on the planet. A new way, rather than an old way that hasn't been working, that we need to let go of, but a new way. And to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the easiest way to do any of that, to have the courage to use our imagination, is to tap into that deep connection that we have with the divine. To take the time to get quiet enough to listen for it and to it. To ask, how can I shine my light? And to be prepared to reverently listen for the answer and then to follow through on it. We can live our lives from that place, from that context, from sacred audacity. We are a child of God, imbued with all that God is. How could we not thrive, individually or collectively? And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. That my words are clothed in form even as they are spoken, and so I speak them and I release them into that law with full expectation of their manifestation. Letting go and letting God be God, I invite everyone to anchor this prayer for yourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is, and so it is, amen. Thank you all. It is now time for our conscious giving. So the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we give financially to allow this community to continue to be a beacon of light and warmth and love in the Greater Triangle area. I know the truth that this offering lifts this spiritual community. It prospers the one that is giving, and it also adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. Now, there are 3 ways that you can give. They're here on the screen or on your screens at home. The first is to visit our website at trianglecsl.org. The second is to text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can also mail your check to PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. And so now I invite you in the comfort of your own home to please place your hand over your heart and to repeat our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source. And so it is. And so it is. And so as the baskets are being passed, let's welcome Miles and Letha Costin back up to the stage.
I'm not sure why, but when I thought about boldness, this song came to mind. It's called Ain't No Grave. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. No, there ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. 'Cause when I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna get up out of that cold, cold ground. 'Cause there ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Ain't no
Grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, gonna get up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
Go down yonder, Gabriel, put your feet on the land and see. But Gabriel, don't you blow that trumpet till you hear from me. I looked way over yonder, what do you think I see? I see a band of angels and they're coming after me. So I looked way down the river, I saw the people dressed in white. I knew they were God's people, 'cause I saw them living right. There ain't
No grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
when I
Hear that trumpet sound, gonna get up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
Take it, Miles. What do you think I see? I see a band of angels and they're coming after me. So meet me, please, Jesus, meet me. Meet me in the middle of the air. 'Cause if these wings don't carry me, well, I might need another pair. There ain't no
Grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, gonna get up out of the ground. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There ain't no grave gonna hold my body down.
Wow, man. Old blue-eyed soul right there. Very cool. If anyone would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org. On the homepage, there's a button in the right-hand corner. Click on that button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all the ministers and practitioners and have those expectations up because you know what's going to happen. Goodness. If anyone would like to dedicate a flower dedication to anyone for anything, please contact Heather Abbott at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyrippelmeyer@yahoo.com. And now, in the comfort of your own home or here, please stand for our June affirmation. This is a call and response. Please repeat it with meaning. Life invites me to live with gusto and verve. I choose to live large, and my experience is a reflection of that choice. As I work in partnership with Spirit, all things are truly possible. This sacred audacity fuels me to reach, stretch, and thrive. I am unrestrained, liberated, lifted, and ready to take on anything with faith. I am fired up and ready to live fully. I am unstoppable in God. And so it is. And that's some good energy around here. Woo! All right. Let's turn within one more time if you can bring your energy down to do that. And I'm going to do a benediction. Ah, what a wonderful experience to have been with all of you for this service today and to bring that bold audacity, to be reminded of bringing it into every aspect of our lives, to recognize the sacredness of that audacity, to remember Marianne Williamson's words that we are here to shine our light. And so let's go forth and shine that light and be a blessing to ourselves and to each other. And so it is.
Thank you all very, very much for tuning in today. Thank you to Miles and Letha and Martin and Ava and Babs and Amy. I am so appreciative of all that you are and all that you do. Thank you so very much. Everybody have a great week. I love you all madly. See you soon.